News Talk 96.5 KPLNE's Go Acadiana with Ken Romero and Dr. John. And joining us in the studio today is Phillip Gould, a local guy who's probably absorbed more history of South Louisiana than I have absorbed, even though I'm older than he is, much older than he is, and spent more time in South Louisiana. But documentary photographer, documentarian, shall we call you?
You could either way.
Either way.
I think documentary photographer because that's my medium.
Ah, okay,
and,
cool.
So,
John, you can hear him okay, can't you, in your headphones?
No, of course not. Thanks, so.
Okay, good. Doesn't really matter anyway. So, I saw this article, I guess it was in the Independent, about Place Mouton right in front of Carpe Diem.
Right in front of the old City Hall.
Yeah, but some people don't know it's the old City Hall, even though it says City Hall on it.
Right.
We just got to make sure that, and younger people know Carpe Diem.
Right.
So the proposal is they want to pull up the grass, flatten it out, and put some planters and some concrete, correct?
Yeah, they want to turn it into sort of an Italian piazza or place. And, I get it. I understand, their inspiration. I think it's misguided, and so I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's going to be a hearing on the 14th of December. The reason I got involved in this, I was over there. I go to Carpe Diem on occasion. Walked out and walked across the grass and looked at the statue. It was a beautiful day.
Yep.
And I said, I was aware of this proposal, and I just thought to myself, this is a really nice spot, and the grass is great. I have seen pictures from the 1920s, aerial photographs of the 1920s and the 1950s, and it's always been there. It's something that's as old as we are, and so I really think that they should be very careful and think long and hard about what they're proposing to do. They talk about a need for a festival setting. We have plenty of festival setting sites in festival settings in downtown Lafayette. What we don't have is park-like settings where with grass and everything. There are a lot of people who, and I'm one of them, I think that they could do more in terms of the landscaping around the statue. It's sort of neglected a little bit. It could stand a facelift or a transformation. But to pull up the grass and put concrete, I don't know. I just think I think there's better things, and there are more needy things that need addressing downtown. And so, I've talked to Phillip Gould, the director of the International Center, and Kate a little bit, and Kate Durio at the Downtown Lafayette Unlimited, and they've invited me to come down and talk about it, and they're going to have a meeting, and so we'll go from there. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's really, I think people need to understand, it's a really small space. I drove by there on the way over here just to get a look at it. We're not talking about a big place. And I think that they have a drawing that kind of makes the place look a little bit bigger than it really is. Mm-hmm. And I think, and the other thing is it's a beautiful little spot as an entryway for anyone coming down Jefferson Street into downtown. Mm-hmm. It's just great. And the grass and the total nature of it is just great. Why change something that's working beautifully?
Yeah, I've commented many times about how in Europe you see a building that's, from the 1200s or something, or the 1800s. Here in America, something's from the 1950s. We demolish it and put up some other stuff that'll fall apart in 20 years. So this is something that's historic to Lafayette and to Louisiana. And it's not that much grass. And as you said, we've got plenty of performance spaces around downtown Lafayette.
I think so. And they talk about possibly as it being another stage for Festival International. Well, there's another stage that's really close by that's huge. That would be tough. And I think that, there's plenty of sidewalk. People can set up booths on the sidewalk. I mean, it can be worked with as it is without, tearing up the grass. The other thing, too, is that grass absorbs rain. There's a lot of runoff problems. The buildings on the opposite side where there's a slope. It gets, why exaggerate or exacerbate that problem as well?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
If they want to put up concrete, I got a great solution for them.
Go ahead.
Go one building behind that one, two buildings behind the federal courthouse.
Right.
Tear that sucker down, concrete that, make it a parking lot, a stage, or whatever you want. Right. I would prefer they tear that down, plant some grass, and plant some trees. But, I know that's not going to happen.
Well, Lafayette, I'm a fan of downtown. I spent a lot of time there. There's some problems downtown. I think the federal courthouse is closed. It's an eyesore. I think its future is in limbo. There are a number of people I understand who want to do something with it. And, in one form or another, it is an asset that you should not just disregard, but at the same time, you got to be really smart about what you do with it.
Yeah.
And so.
Let's face it, it's not pretty to start with. It's a rectangle. That's all it is.
Well, it was built in the 50s under the Eisenhower administration.
Yeah.
Lafayette does not have a good history in the mid-20th century of preserving buildings. There was a beautiful courthouse at the corner, a beautiful post office, I should say, at the corner of Vermilion and Jefferson Street. I've seen actually Robert Daffer painted a mural of it.
Mm-hmm.
They tore it down and put up this mechanical parking garage right in the middle of downtown.
Right.
That stopped working within a few months and was an eyesore for eons.
Yep.
And why? I go to Lake Charles every once in a while, and I just marvel at how beautiful their 20th century buildings are downtown. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Incredible.
And they've done a great job to keep them.
Yep.
And so there we are.
So what can we do, to maybe change the minds of downtown development? I know the meeting's on the 15th of December, correct?
And listen, I think that anyone who has an opinion about it should come. If you're for making a piazza there or a plaza, come on down and voice it. I'm sure they would like to hear as broad a range of views as possible. It will be on the 14th of December, 5:30, I think. The 14th, I believe, is on a, let's have a look.
It's
Monday. On Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, and it'll be down at the old City Hall, and I'm hopeful that a lot of people will come. I did a Facebook posting just sort of expressing my views, and I got over 300 likes from it, and it got shared a bunch of times. It sort of had a snowball effect. And I think there's a real good reason why it had a snowball effect, because it hit a nerve with folks, and, it's kind of like, they're going to do what?
Mm-hmm. Three meetings, and almost nobody knows about it.
Yeah. And there we are. Social media put to good work.
Absolutely. And, when we get through this interview, I'll post it on our website tomorrow and on Facebook as well.
Sure.
And the cost, I wonder what the cost is going to be and who's going to pick it up.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I thought that right off the bat. Concrete's not cheap.
Concrete's not cheap. You can only imagine, I don't know. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
It's the classic case of the Jesuits. They always say, you go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
You'll probably regret it.
I'll remember that. Goodness gracious. Well, Philip, thank you, and we'll make it to the meeting on the 14th of December. Like I said, it's a Monday, 5:30, and the meeting is going to be at where? Did I miss that?
Downtown Lafayette at the old City Hall, where the DOU, Downtown Lafayette Unlimited headquarters is.
Yep.
That's what I understand. So hopefully we'll have a good crowd, and we'll have a vigorous debate about the matter. That would be great.
I hope so. Go down there and voice
whatever your opinion is. If you support this, you should come on down, because I think the more voices that are heard, the better. It's that simple.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in, Philip.
My pleasure.
Appreciate
Anytime.
it. We'll do it again sometime, maybe before the 14th or right after the 14th.
Whatever.
All
That's
right,
fine.
great. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, John, it's 5:26 at KPEL, and we've got Todd Starnes coming up. We've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. We'll also take some more phone calls a little bit later as well.
Sounds great.
And to recap, Phillip Gould is saying the meeting will be held on the 14th. That's a Monday, 5:30, and it's going to be in downtown Lafayette. And Philip's got something else with.
Yeah, just real quickly, also to add, if you have an opinion, you want to express an opinion to Downtown Lafayette Unlimited, you can always call them. Their number is 337-291-5566, or you can go to, info at downtownlafayette.org.
Yep.
And express an opinion there. So the more folks they hear from, the better their judgment should be, I think.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it, Philip.